I'm Laura Faye, the host of Wytpods, and today we have Jared from Phantom Brand. Jared, welcome. I'm happy to have you with us today.
Thank you so much, Laura. I'm happy to be here.
You're very welcome. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you managed to get into Phantom Brands?
Yeah, so Phantom started from my first brand, which was a streetwear brand that combined spirituality. And before that, I was in corporate America, but long story short, hated the politics, hated the bureaucracy, and I wanted to start my own business. And I've always been into designing. I've always loved clothes. I've always loved fashion. And that inspired me to take the leap into starting my own brand. So I started my own brand. We launched in February of 2022, again, a streetwear brand. So very positioned towards, public figures. That was our ideal, influencer, essentially, like athletes, musicians, and etc. And over time, I built relationships with this type of clientele that was wearing my product. And what I came to realize is for my own brand, the most difficult aspect was the exposure and the marketing when I didn't have a following, right? Getting my name out there, paid ads, it's very costly, it can be very expensive. And I looked at all the people I built relationships with and I said, well, they already have a following and they love this type of clothes and I know how to make this type of brand. So I offered a done for you service for them, right? So they would essentially have a brand, we would create it for them and they could leverage their audience to sell the brand. So that birthed Phantom. And we got a couple big clients right off the bat, so that was very exciting. And it's evolved, right? It's evolved as a done for you, but we also work with a lot of e-com brands as well that come to us wanting growth strategies, wanting to, be more profitable and do that sort of thing. So we work with brands, and we also work with public figures like that.
Wow. So tell me one of your success stories from Phantom Brands.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with the NBA, but one of my clients is on the Wizards. His name's Marvin Bagley III, and this is an individual that I had a previous relationship with. He loved the brand that I owned, many years ago. And so when we came to him with this offer, this special, niche service, he loved it. He wanted to have a brand built. So we got to work right away. We took his love for music and also, artist empowerment, because he has a music studio as well, into streetwear. And so we took his sayings and we took his everything that was unique to Marvin and we put into a brand. And we did the design work, we did the content, we oversaw production, we did the website for him, and we helped him prep for launch. And it was a fantastic turnout. We sold out in 8 days. He was very happy. His fans loved the merch. He got great response from his audience. So really putting the pieces together for a client to really show what makes them unique, but also combine it with their love of fashion is pretty cool. So that was a great story.
Yeah. That's a great story. It's like fun and exciting and sexy and like out of the box. Tell me a little bit about you, and we're going to turn you into magic, right?
Exactly. It's like, tell me what you like and we'll do everything. Like we'll paint the vision. We just need the colors you want us to paint with.
Yeah, I love that so much. So if somebody like me, as an example, I'm not going to do this, but if somebody like me came to you and said, you know what, I want to have a brand, turn me into a brand, you would say what to me?
There's a couple things that lay the foundation of how we're going to create the brand vision. So firstly, I would want to know, what are you already wearing? Because we need the client to organically want to wear the brand or else their fans will know. So we need to know, what is your current style? What are your couple favorite brands? So we take 2, 3 of them, and that's kind of the foundation of the brand direction. Now, what we combine with that is what makes them unique. Like what makes them, what is unique to them so that we can have that personal flair in the designs, in the branding. So we combine those two, existing brands, and we combined their personal flair. And that's really what builds out the designs and the artwork and the fonts and the color schemes and everything we do for the brand. That's the foundation.
That's excellent. I love that idea. It makes somebody want to have a brand because you know what? It's putting all the legwork on you. It's like, you're just interviewing me. I'm telling you what I like and you do it and make it to a star, something like that, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah, they love it. It's the time investment for them to build this brand is very minimal. And it could be as low as just text back and forth like, hey, do you like this? Yes or no? Revisions, we get back to work. So again, our clientele for a done for you is very busy. They're professional athletes. They have a lot going on. So when I was creating the offer, wanted to make it as easy as possible. I said, how can I make this for them? The less friction, the better. They can just text me anything they need. We get to work. So it's designed that way. Yes.
I love that. It makes me want to be a brand. I love that. No, that's really, really good. So how you market for other people and you create their brands, what your most effective marketing strategy so that people will come to you? Obviously, you have the celebrities now, you have your name attached to that. But
Mm.
other than that, what is your most effective marketing strategy? How would somebody come across somebody like you?
I would say, I've done a lot of marketing in my day, right? As
Yeah,
we've all tried different things, we've all played with different things. It depends on the service and it depends on what we're going to do. When it comes to Phantom, because we're so niche, it's a lot of individual outbound or referrals. There's
right,
not a big enough market for us to be running, tons of ads, et cetera, et cetera. When it
right.
comes to working with brands, I love having warm conversations from the content that I post. I
Yeah,
think I'd rather have 5 warm conversations than 50 cold ones, in my opinion. So I target my content in a way, especially on LinkedIn, which I think is phenomenal if you're a B2B service provider, to really look at what they're going through, like tell my story, but also help them solve their pain points. I think that's very,
right.
very tactical. And then you can have those warm conversations, build relationships, and that's when you're able to have an ecom brand come on as a client and stay with you for 6 months, right? Because it's less transactional. You build a lot of trust. You can prove yourself to them, and I would rather add to my bottom line with existing clients than consistently have churn and try to get new ones all the time.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
right, whatever I can do to build trust and have that client with me for a long time, the better.
Yeah, that's excellent. Now, you've had all of the success. I think you touched on this, but has your biggest challenge thus far been getting known, or are there others?
I think there's always challenges. If I had to say the biggest challenge in the beginning of Phantom, it was positioning the offer, because what we provide is not done in the world, to be frank, right? You have fan merch, which is very, very simple, very easy stuff. Everybody knows fan merch. But we go to a level beyond that. And we needed to really dissect and understand our audience on who we're selling to, what they care
Mhm.
about, and position us in a way that made it a no-brainer. And within that's like a lot of mini problems, right? A lot of things you have to solve, of
Yeah,
course. But I
yeah,
would say getting the first clients, getting them over the door. Like I had over the line. I mean, I had a client that plays for the Ravens, and I flew out to them in person with samples. Really going the extra mile and getting creative with how I was able to get clients over the line was
yeah.
definitely a bigger problem for sure.
Wow. Yeah, that's really interesting. It sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, traveling across the country, meeting with NFL players is pretty fun. Yeah, I will say that.
Yeah, just in general, because you must see people get so excited when everything comes to life because
Yeah.
really they have a vision and you're executing on that vision and you're bringing it to life. So people must always be, oh my God, I love it. This is great. Like you did,
Mhm.
that's really, really nice. That's really, really nice. What is left on your vision board? What are the goals for you?
There's a lot of them. I would say that beyond Phantom, I also do online coaching on the side as well, and I really do like coaching, and I think that I love the value, the impact I'm able to give, and if I were to put that into a vision goal that I want in the next 5 to 10 years, I would love to do public speaking. I would love to get in front of larger crowds and talk about my journey with Phantom, with getting, the ups and downs and coaching and how to inspire people. I really do like talking to people, and I like creating change and inspiring them. I think that feels fantastic. So that's on the board somewhere.
I love that. I love that. Well, Jared, this has been so interesting and unique and different. And I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to have a brand when I get off of this podcast. That just goes to show you that your passion is coming through. So I want to thank you so much for everything that you shared. And please tell me your website so anybody watching can go to your site.
My simplest site is just jaredjennings.com. It has my coaching, it has all my socials. You can find me on every platform, Jared Jennings. And then for Phantom specifically, if you're in ecom, it's phantom-brands.com.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. I wish you nothing but continued success.
Thanks, Laura. It's been really fun.
Really fun. Thank you.